So a disruptive innovation, what exactly is it? It's a word that gets tossed around a lot, but often misused. Now, when we think about disruptive innovation, we think about a very particular type of innovation, one that creates an entirely new market or transforms an existing one by playing the innovation game differently. We contrast disruptive innovation to sustaining innovation. Sustaining innovation is about doing it better. It's adding the fifth blade on your razor blade. It's making the picture of your TV ever clearer. It's giving you a better cell phone reception. Sustaining innovations are important. They're the way that markets change, but it's not the best way to create new growth. What a disruptive innovator does is trade off pure performance. Instead of making things much better, they make it much simpler. They make it more affordable. They make it more accessible. They make it more customizable, and drive growth by playing the game in a different way. Let me give you a couple of examples. Think about how Sony and Nintendo approached the video gaming industry. Sony said, how do we make it better for our best customers? In this case, fast-fingered teenagers. So you create ever better graphics, more intense gameplay. The teenagers who've got those twitchy fingers love the PlayStation 3. Nintendo said, what about all the people in the world who don't consume any video game technology at all because it's too complicated or too expensive? Created its Wii product. So simple, so intuitive that my 2.5-year-old son has figured out how to play baseball. Now he's not particularly good, but he knows if he goes like this, his character will swing the bat on screen. Make it simple, make it affordable, make it accessible, create a new growth business. Think about what Google has done in the advertising world. Before Google, a company like Innosight wouldn't have the ability to advertise because it simply would have been too expensive. Google makes it so simple and so affordable that many, many small businesses can advertise, turning Google into the powerhouse it is today. Finally, think about Minute Clinic, whose nurse practitioner-based kiosks are popping up in retail locations around the country. In these kiosks, a nurse practitioner can diagnose one of 20 everyday conditions, things like strep throat. They can do that in less than 15 minutes. Their tagline, "You're sick, we're quick." They can't treat every condition, but if you've got one of those 20 conditions, it's very quick, it's very simple, you get your prescription on the spot. Disrupting the healthcare industry not by doing it better along traditional dimensions, but by doing it differently. We've seen this pattern now play out in more than 70 different industries. And again, we see those companies that can unleash the power of disruptive innovation as being those that have the greatest chance of creating blockbuster growth businesses.